Good evening, YouTube. Tall Farm Boy here. Usually pretty good about sharing smaller projects with you guys, but actually fell into a really interesting large project, and I really can't wait to share it with you guys. I have stumbled onto a 1959 Oliver 880 Wheatland diesel. This was actually my mother-in-law's tractor. This tractor started its life in southwest Oklahoma, very close to the Wichita Mountains. I do know what dealer it was bought at, but I can't remember it right now. I'll find that out and I'm going to share it with you guys. But anyway, an all original 1959 Oliver 880 tractor. My wife told me that I needed to document this process of getting this tractor back up and running. And I do plan on sharing some of the before pictures from where we rescued it from beside the wheat field. And I just want to take you guys on this journey throughout this process of, for starters, getting it running. It is locked up. This does have the Oliver diesel. It does have the Bosch fuel injection pump, which is not necessarily a good thing. Parts are no longer available for that. Hopefully, we'll be able to figure something out on that. But there are some pretty cool features on this tractor, and I'm just going to kind of do a walk around here and talk about some things. First of all, this air filter with pre-filter. You don't see a whole lot of these left. It does have a crack in the bowl up there, but I might be able to save that. The screen is in good shape. These two springs that hold this contraption closed are still in good shape. The muffler did rot off of it. That is part of the reason why it is locked up. But by the closest estimations, this tractor hasn't been ran in about 15 years. The batteries that were in it were from 2010, which puts it at about 15 years old. The tires, the front left tire is rotted off of it. It does have front wheel weights though, which is kind of a neat feature on this Wheatland tractor. It's also got a pair of suitcase weights. They're not suitcase weights, but stack weights up here in the front. The front grille, all of the wire that is in it is in perfect condition. And I really don't think, by judging the look of the screws on this, I really don't think this grille has ever been off the tractor. Whenever I got it, it was still full of coolant, and it had antifreeze in it, so I know that that's one positive, is that there are no cracks in the block or head, which is a good thing. But all in all, very, very straight tractor. Moving on back here, the 15-inch wide, 30-inch wheels are going to be a real problem, because all of these clamp bolts are just extremely rusted, corroded. They're in really bad shape. The fender extensions for the Wheatland are actually in pretty good shape. This is an odd tractor. It has a 3-point, or I believe what they call a traction hitch, but it does not have a PTO shaft coming out the back. So I have not looked yet, but behind that cover right there, hopefully there is a shaft in there that will drive the hydraulic pump, because the hydraulic pump is driven through the motor, and the hydraulic unit, the PTO shaft, passes through that hydraulic unit, which is down in the transmission housing. So the throttle was locked up on it. The lights are all here. I don't know if this is an original seat or the factory seat. The color matches, so I really have I think that this is probably the right seat. It's just gonna need some padding put on it. But the 3-point hitch itself is in excellent condition. I like the fact that it still has the factory red light here mounted on the fender. the other implement light back here. Still got the steering wheel emblem on there. And we have the red light on the dash, which, if y'all can see that, this shows that this tractor has 2,400 hours. I do not know if that tachometer works, but I do know that it shows 2,400 hours, which is kind of cool. It does not have the power booster. This is just a straight 6-speed tractor. So, don't know for sure where the traction booster would have been, but anyway, the serial number points this out to being in 1959. Everything back here looks pretty good. Kind of a major problem here that I'm going to have to deal with is I'm going to have to find a 30-inch wheel, because both of these tires were filled with calcium, and it did do a corrosive number down here by the valve stem, so I am going to have to find a way to repair this wheel. It does hold air down, but it's not going to last. And anyway, that's that. I do have 2 used tires already for this tractor, which was very nice. Some things that to share: the clutch is not locked up, neither of the brakes locked up, and they both work really well. This did have a 12-volt starting system with 2 6-volt batteries. Make sure there's no wasps in here. But this is the battery box area. Pretty clean, a little bit of corrosion there. Both of the battery cables are still here. Got some cleanup to do behind the dash here, but all in all, not too bad. Still has that underneath that latch there. The fuel cap is rusted solid. I cannot get that off. It does have this kind of neat, and I don't know, somebody help me out if this is a factory issue toolbox, but it's got springs on each side that keep it down. And anyway, this tractor, I'm just super excited to share this experience with y'all, and wish me luck. I'm going to be asking you all a lot of questions if you're following along, and feel free to comment if there's anything that you would like to personally know about this tractor, or learn about it. But I'm planning on starting tonight. My thoughts are, take the sheet metal off. I'm going to get the injector pump off, because hopefully that can be saved. And then I'm going to work on freeing up the engine, seeing what the internals of the engine look like. And hopefully we can get it running. And once we get it running, we can address any issues with the hydraulic system, the 3-point, the transmission, or the final drives in the rear back there. But all in all, just start on this project, and I'm glad that you guys are going to kind of be along with me. Like I said, I will ask lots of questions. I'm not an expert by any means, but I know enough to be dangerous, and hopefully you guys will see the end of this project with me. So thanks for jumping in, and I appreciate it. We'll see y'all on YouTube.